What's good, YouTube? Chris from Team Innovation here, bringing you guys another Yu-Gi-Oh! Live duel. On today's episode, I have another locals match, but this is actually the full match. I got game 1, 2, and 3. It is Nekroz versus YangZing. So without further ado, let's begin. The Nekroz player, Terrell, summoned his Mind Duel with 1,000 Hands, searching out the Unicorn, pitched the Unicorn. Actually, he's going to summon the Unicorn with Kaleidoscope, sending the Herald to search out a Nekroz card. The card being the Colossus, and I believe he's gonna pitch the Colossus to search out. He's gonna search out the ritual spell, and that's the one that special summons a monster from the graveyard. And I can tell that he has a Degen in his. Actually, he doesn't have a Degen in his hand, but he did pitch the Colossus to the graveyard, so he's going for the Degen lock right now because he does main deck the Degen. And I know not a lot of Nekroz players main deck the Degen lock. That's something they cited to game 2 and 3. And quite frankly, I understand it can lead to brick hands, but the Degen lock is just too powerful. Like right now, like thinking about the matchup he's playing against, the lock can pretty much win you the game. Stopping your opponent from special summoning is really important in today's meta because every deck special summon. So, but once again, I see why a lot of players cut it because it can cause inconsistencies with the deck. When I ran Nekroz, I didn't run it because I frankly didn't know about it, but yeah, Nekroz is one of the deck for me. But anyway, back over to the YangZing player. He's just gonna set one and pass. And Terrell is gonna summon his a YangZing player pass back to Terrell. Terrell's gonna summon his Mind Duel with 1,000 Hands, and he's gonna get met with a Mistake. Mistake is a very nasty card going up against Nekroz because you guys already know the entire Nekroz deck is revolved around searching your deck to add a card to your hand. And Mistake is pretty much the ultimate floodgate, stopping the Nekroz player from searching. And if you look at Terrell's hand, I know I barely could get it on camera because I didn't want to tell him to move and stuff because it was a tournament match. His hand's all searching, so right now he's pretty much stuck. I believe he has a Brionic in hand and a bunch of stuff he couldn't use. So the YangZing player's gonna, like I was saying, the YangZing player's gonna summon Thunder King and run over the Lavalva chain, which is a really powerful play. And Thunder King, another floodgate against Terrell, the Nekroz player. So right now Terrell's in a bad position, so even if he did want to try to overlay to get rid of a Mistake with, let's say, cast spell, because he does have a Dinko in hand, he cannot because Thunder King can just say nay and negate the summon. So although Terrell had the YangZing player in a pinch, Degen locking him out, the YangZing player is actually in a good position because he has Mistake, he has T-King, and he had the Dark YangZing with that. I think he has a fat 2,100 or 2,000 or more defense, stopping all of Terrell's monsters. So basically, it's just a YangZing player doing a good job of stalling Terrell out. Looking at Terrell's hand, he has a Trishula, a Brionic, and I think a Shrit, which pretty much does nothing. Oh yeah, okay, and a Rhoda. So yeah, pretty much does nothing. So the YangZing player is going to draw for his turn, set one pass. Terrell's going to draw for his turn, draw into Book of Moon, which is a really powerful card, and he's going to pass. Now, I believe at this point, the YangZing player rips the Dark Hole. Because he does eventually rip the Dark Hole. I believe it was now. And he's drawing... Dark Hole's coming, so I got a little confused there. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Well, I was paying attention to the game, but I kind of got confused with what's going on. Because I recorded this duel on, I think it was a Wednesday, so yeah, a few days ago. So yeah, Dark Hole is putting the YangZing player in a really good position due to the fact that he can special summon 2 cards from his deck to the field because he Dark Hold off the Dark YangZing and the Earth YangZing. YangZing is looking to be a really powerful deck in this format, like a strong tier 2 deck. Kind of reminds me of Gadgets because I do see players topping with the deck here and there. And I believe, yeah, YangZing took the Yugioh Grand Championships. For you guys who do not know what that was, little tournament, all the Yugioh had to see who was the better player, and etc. And YangZing, I believe, topped the 150th or day to the 150th, something like that. You guys can correct me in the comment section down below. So the YangZing guy, he's gonna go Dark Hole, get rid of the Degen lock, and he made the synchro play into the Armades, and the Armades is gonna get met with Terrell's Book of Moon. Now the YangZing player main phase 2 is gonna play that YangZing Spell card. It's pretty much a pot of avarice for the deck. Shuffle 3, I believe. YangZing cards from the graveyard to your deck. And when you do, draw 2 cards. Like, the deck, the thing I like about YangZing is like once the deck gets going, it's really kind of hard to stop because they can main deck floodgates like Mistake, and at one point skill drain, triple skill drain when skill drain was at 3. And they can also main deck lose a turn, which is pretty much the same thing as skill drain. And they don't really have to do any stuff special summoning because they all replace themselves. So yeah, the YangZing player is gonna summon the Fire Dragon. He's gonna poke Terrell for 19, pass his turn. Terrell's gonna draw for his turn, drawing into that Book of Eclipse. He's gonna set and pass because the Mistake is locking Terrell's hand down. There's not much he can do. Now the YangZing player is gonna draw for his turn, flip up the Armati, summon the Earth YangZing guy. And that's gonna get met with a Book of Eclipse because Terrell must be low on life points at this point. And YangZing player obviously is going to end his turn, plusing a hand by 3 because of Book of Eclipse. You guys do not know how that affect. If basically when they at the end phase, both players ball the monsters up, and the opponent or whatever draws X amount of cards. So the YangZing player is sitting with a fat ass hand, Mistake on the field, 2 YangZing on board, and that duel is pretty much over. Terrell scooped it up. Now going into game 2, Terrell's going to start off going first, ditching the Brionic into Valkyria's. And if you guys are gonna notice, I don't know if you probably have noticed or not, I cut a lot of scenes, and that's mainly due to time for the video. And there's a lot. This is a tournament, so if you guys are competitive players, you know it takes a lot of time to think about what you're gonna do. Everything's not automatic unless you're just a robot, and no one's a robot, I guess. So anyway, Terrell is gonna ditch for Brio, pass his turn. The YangZing player is gonna summon Fire YangZing guy. And attack, and Terrell met him with a Valkyria's. I'm kind of curious why he just stopped one attack with Valkyria's. I guess he just wanted to end the YangZing player's battle phase. I don't know. I feel like that was a kind of iffy play on my part, but I don't play Nekroz, so maybe some of you guys can help me out on understanding why he did that. But it doesn't make a difference because the Bull Blade is gonna crash into the YangZing player's YangZing monster. I'm sorry, I don't know none of these YangZing names. I just know them by color. The red guy, the earth guy, the blue guy, they want it, and etc. So yeah, he brings up the dark YangZing guy after Terrell attacked him with the Bull Blader. If you guys did not know, Bull Blader is a new card that Nekroz players are attacking that has the effect that when he attacks a monster, it's destroyed after damage calculation. The same card I was talking about in my local support where I got pretty much pro played, even though, yeah, I pretty much got pro played. No point in going into the details anymore. So the YangZing player is going to try to go for his dark YangZing effect, and Terrell met it with a Veiler, if you guys didn't catch that. So Terrell's not going to summon his Manju up to 1,000 hands, adding that Kaleidoscope to his hand, and the YangZing player is going to chain with a Max C. So yeah, this duel honestly is a really great duel. Watching it again for the 3rd time post editing the music into the video, I'm noticing a lot of like back and forth playing. Like YangZing player, like game 1, the YangZing player stole the game back. Right now, this game looks like it can go either way because those traps are live traps, depending on what they would and could be. The YangZing player could be in a good position. Now Terrell attacked dark YangZing, and the YangZing player is gonna activate the dark YangZing effect, allowing his special summon of the YangZing monster in the deck. And he flipped over that 1 YangZing trap card that allowed you to special summon the YangZing monster from your deck to the field when a monster your side of the field is destroyed. That is a really, really good support card because honestly, can you imagine if almost like deck like Nekroz had it, where you can special summon let's say for example, Senju or Manju when one of your monsters is destroyed. It's just keeping your resources guaranteed. So the YangZing player is going to go for the Syncopate and go into Armati. I'm kind of confused on why he's going into Armatis. Well, then again, I guess I don't know what else would he go into that's rank. That's level 5. But I think he's trying to go into run over the Blue Blader because Blue Blader is pretty much wrecking him right now, and he forgot, big misplay on his part, that Unicorn negates extra deck effect. I'm not gonna lie, Unicorn catches me off guard a lot too. Luckily, I don't run into douchebags that don't let me I'll take back. So sometimes, like, you'll think about a play and you know how to out it, and then you're so used to your monster's going off, and you forget, like, damn it, my opponent has Unicorn on the field. Unicorn's like pretty much a walking skill drain. Card is really too good, honestly. Like, it pretty much, in my opinion, the 2 cards that make Nekroz is Unicorn and Trishula. Those are the main cards I'm worried about. The Unicorn is stopping on my effects. Yeah, big rant. So YangZing plays summons his Thunder King, passes. Terrell goes into a push by summoning Valkyries to the field and attacking over the Thunder King, triggering the YangZing player's trap card to special summon a Earth YangZing from the deck. Now Terrell's gonna use Valkyrie's effect, tribute off 2 monsters, draw 2 cards, netting him a D-Gen and a Book of Moon in his hand. So yeah, really intense game. That's locals for you. My locals is pretty competitive, by the way, if you guys haven't already noticed. And the YangZing player's gonna meet Terrell with the end phase MST like a boss. But yeah, that Unicorn and Valkyrie is pretty pushing Terrell off, and damn, he got YangZing player ripped that Dark Hole. So yeah, Dark Hole is really good in the YangZing deck apparently. Honestly, at one point I didn't realize that they all met their effects as when they're destroyed in general. So that means you could just main deck stuff like Torrential Tribute within the YangZing deck, and you just benefit from everything. Luckily, Terrell on his part had a Gungnir in his hand. For you guys that don't know what Gungnir does, Gungnir, you pitch him from your hand to protect your one of your Nekroz monsters from being destroyed by destruction effect. So YangZing player special summon 2 monsters from the deck once again because of the YangZing Trap and the YangZing Earth monster. So now he's looking to his extra to see what synchro he's going to win and bring out to get rid of that Unicorn, because you guys remember the Unicorn is being a pain in his ass, pretty much locking down all of his level 5 synchro plays. I could have sworn it was a synchro for that was level 5 that can take out something, but I guess if there is, yes, the YangZing player couldn't stop him. So he's gonna pass with 2 monsters in the field, and Terrell's gonna go for the Montu play to search his deck for a Colossalist. He's gonna pitch the Colossalist to search his deck for a kind of sped that part up. Sorry. Okay, to search deck for the that Nekroz cycle. There we go. And he's gonna go for the D-Gen lock, and that's really nasty. So he was holding the D-Gen to release the rituals for a while now, and this deck is I hate Nekroz. Nekroz is so stupid. So mine's just gonna run over one YangZing monster, and Unicorn's gonna run over the order. Now the opponent couldn't get none of his trap effect or YangZing effects all because he's locked under D-Gen to release our rituals, and this duel right here is pretty much looking to be over because there's nothing the YangZing monster could do the YangZing player could do at this point. And even if he did try to bring out something to get over Unicorn, Colossus effect can just kick in to reduce the monster that was special summon or whatever effect to 0. So it's just like really dumb. The YangZing player really needs to rip a Dark Hole to come back from the situation he's currently in. So Terrell's just looking at his graveyard like, yeah, nigga, I ain't worried about nothing. Got a good nice field. Got this young Unicorn Colossalist, just controlling stuff. And it looked like Terrell top deck was the unnecessary. Can't even think of the damn card's name right now. But the card that's forbidden to 1 for the Nekroz deck. So yeah, he's gonna use that card, adding a Brio to hand and a Kaleidoscope out of the graveyard. Man, I feel so bad for not knowing some of these cards' names. This is how you know I barely go to locals like I used to. And I go like maybe once every other week, and sometimes if I'm lucky, once a week. Did stop by at locals today. It was pretty cool. Got a few good games in. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Terrell's gonna go for the Kaleidoscope play, bringing out the Unicorn, and sending the Herald. If I was a YangZing player, honestly, at this point I would have just scooped because Terrell's gonna just push damage in. The YangZing player flips over a loser turn. Now, loser turn is really good in this situation because it could stall the YangZing player out for one more turn at least. And he really does need to rip either a Regeki or a Dark Hole. And Terrell searches out a Trishula. And he's gonna go for the attack, running over the Ice Hand. Terrell doesn't have any back row, so Ice Hand didn't really matter. Kind of curious as to why the YangZing player siding now I'm seeing it siding the Fire Hand and Ice Hand against Nekroz. I feel like that's kind of pointless. I mean, the only thing you could potentially hit is a Royal Decree, and as you guys can see, Terrell had a Royal Decree. But other than that, it's really no point. Like if I was playing YangZing and I was siding against Nekroz, all you really need is just keep in like 1 or 2 MSTs for the Decree, and make sure you can have a monster like a synchro monster that you can go into to get rid of the green. You should be good to go, or a twister if you're already main decking 2 to 3. You should be good to go, honestly. I feel like the hands seem so unnecessary for the matchup. So the YangZing player flips over a fire hand to try to go for the attack, and Terrell played it smart. He just set on his first turn. Terrell set the decree in and Book of Moon and passed. So which is the reason allowing him to go off, which is honestly a really good play. Because when I was watching it while I was recording a duel, I was like, why didn't he just summon and try to bait out a trap card? And that would have been stupid, because to set the back row pass, YangZings can't go off on you, and then when you flip Inflate Decree them, then you can just go off. So yeah, that was a really good move by Terrell. I didn't really think about that when I was watching the game, even though it's probably common sense to a lot of you guys, but yeah. Anyway, he grabbed a Nekroz. I think Mirror, that's the name of it. It's all these weird freaking names. And he's gonna go a big player right now. He's gonna try to go for a Trishula play, banishing a Brio and a Degen out of his hand. And he thought he actually resolved the Trishula, and he kind of messed up. He didn't realize that the YangZing player, and luckily somebody else at the locals caught it, so the game wasn't tainted. He didn't know that the YangZing player didn't have a graveyard, so he was playing too fast. But the good part about his situation is he was able to bring out Trishula with a Degen, so that's really still pretty good. So he's just gonna end his turn, because I don't know why, honestly. I think he just didn't want to run into that fire hand. And I feel like, okay, he does have Book of Moon, so there's no point of running into fire hand, because if your opponent tries to attack, you can just Book of Moon to fire hand and you're good to go. And you can Valk. My bad. He Valk. So yeah, Book of Moon is still there, so he's still pretty good. YangZing player passes, can't special summon. I was going to actually try to say, why didn't he go for a Castel play? I just realized the Degen was on the field and he can special summon. Now Terrell summoned his Manju, adding a Brio to hand, and his field is really good because he's going to make a Abyss Dweller play. Now Abyss Dweller pretty much shuts off the hands and pretty much kind of screws over the YangZing player, because he really needs those hands to go off, specifically to ice him, to get rid of the Decree, where he can get the ball rolling. So Abyss Dweller get its effect resolved, and Terrell's just gonna run over the hands. Honestly, best play he can do, because you don't want the hands to start resolving, especially when you got your opponent on the lockdown. The YangZing player is pretty much, with the Decree locking him down, he's pretty much at a -3 right now, and putting Terrell up an advantage, because as obvious that everything he has in back is trapped. So YangZing player really needs to rip an MST or something. And I remember I was watching this at the locals, and he was just shaking his head like, I can't draw any damn thing. So he's just gonna set one to pass. And it's crazy because the Abyss Duel is also good, because YangZing get their effect when they're in the graveyard. So it's just like, it's just like, man, if I was him, I'd be so angry right now. Like, I just feel the pain. Like, graveyard based deck getting locked down, and it's a trap based deck, and everything's just locked down. Really retarded. But yeah, this duel is pretty entertaining to watch for the third time. just seeing all these moves back and forth. Preparation rights. God damn it. I would remember the card name this late into the commentary. Like, it was one of those, I just had one of those Family Guy Peter Griffin moments like, what is the name of that movie? Crap, it's gonna bother me for hours. This is one of them things that just kept bothering me. But yeah, enough with the commentary. This duel is pretty much over. So with all that being said, as you guys can see, Terrell's in a winning position, and yeah, he's gonna, long story short, win the duel. So with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this duel video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up to show support. As always, comment down in the comment section below. You guys thought about this duel video at hand. And of course, I do these videos so I truly believe in helping you guys become better players. And I also do this video so I truly believe in you guys helping me become a better player. Once again, Chris from Team Innovation signing out. Peace, guys. Have a good night.